it, but well, yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, it was really odd. I can't comment to a lot of different aspects of it, but man,
I thought the convention went well.
yeah, except for Cruz.
What happened? What happened? I missed the whole thing. I don't know anything
Oh,
about it.
well, lots of people are having lots of different opinions and they're saying lots of different stuff. But the real truth of what happened was he did not, and I'm not, he did not endorse Trump. But that's actually what he did. He didn't endorse Trump. A lot of people are saying, he did this or he did that. No, all he did was he got invited. He went up there. I don't know if they thought he was going to endorse or not, but he gave his speech, and then you started hearing the chanting, endorse Trump, endorse Trump. And then he went through the rest of his entire speech, and then he waved, and it was over. And at no time did he endorse Trump. He didn't say, I mean, I didn't hear him say, anything about Trump, like, don't vote for this guy. He didn't say anything like that. He did not endorse him. So when people are saying, he didn't endorse him, he totally dissed him and all. Well, okay, what the guy did was he went up, he gave a speech, and during the entire speech, not one time did he say he was endorsing Trump. And then the speech ended, and everybody was pissed that he didn't endorse Trump. But there's a lot of people that are saying all different kinds of stuff. The truth is, no, he did not endorse Trump,
Right.
and that's literally what he did not do. And then people got pissed off, and I guess his wife was in
I
the
didn't quite
crowd.
understand that part, but I guess I do now. Okay.
Well, yeah, I mean, was it like kind of assholey? Yeah, it was totally
Yeah.
assholey.
It was a dick move.
Yeah, but did he say anything negative about him? Not
Uh,
directly. He said things
it,
like, we have to behave like this in this country. We have to behave like this. We have to be a country about the Constitution. And he kept saying things like that. And then the speech rolled on, and he could hear the people there going, endorse Trump, endorse Trump. And he just kept talking and talking and talking, and then the speech ended. And he never at any time endorsed Trump. But people are starting to already ad lib shit.
Yeah,
they
that's
will.
how it usually works.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're gonna say it, then say it the way it is. No, he did not endorse Trump, but he didn't say, "I'm not going to endorse Trump because he's a loser." He didn't say anything like that. He just did not endorse him.
True.
There's some people that are saying it like it is, and they're saying that was a real assholey thing to do, not endorse him. And not, those guys I agree with, but they're starting to spin it now into other directions, which we don't need to have a divided party here. We need to either get behind it, or I guess a
I,
bunch of them are going to vote for Hillary. I guess I don't know. I don't know what their direction is. I don't know what their hope is. What are they planning on is going to happen? You have your nominee. Now, are you going to get behind your nominee, or are you going to, I'll cast my vote for something else? Well, that's going to go to Hillary.
Yeah.
Well, at least
yeah.
it won't go to Trump. Well, great. Then if you're going to do that, then just vote Hillary. Then you're going to be if you're not going to use your head.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's wackadoo. So what's new with you, Mr. Kansas?
Uh-oh. Not much, just the doctors. Been trying to get by them, and this damn heat index about killed me. It's been 100 at plus all week long.
Yeah, it's rough. Have you guys had much rain at all?
No. Well, we had a bunch come through here last week in the middle of the week and knocked our electricity out and all that last Thursday. And then since then we haven't had nothing. It's just been high and humid, hot and humid.
Yeah, that's the way I remember it.
You got a nice dry heat. It's only 105 at midnight.
Oh, wow,
That
that's
was
just
115 index here yesterday, and I had to go out and go to the doctor. And
I remember that stuff. That
I don't want to
that
get out and go to the doctor every week. I don't want to go take those shots every week.
I remember that heat from Kansas. That stuff just hits you like a wall when you walk outside.
Well, my doctor's saying it's what's causing me to feel so weak and depleted.
Well, the strongest person heat like that will drain. I mean, good night. I mean, you could be as strong as a friggin' ox. Go outside and mow your lawn and do some yard work. When it's like that, and since it's so humid, you can't really get that cooling effect of the sweat. It doesn't work right. So then you just start to overheat. Yeah, it'll knock you out quick. I mean, that stuff gets to be pretty dangerous. What you got to do, Kansas, is you got to get a slip and slide and put it out front of the house. That way you can slip and slide to the car and go see the doctor, and then slip and slide back.
Oh, see, that's the way of doing it. I like your idea.
And you'll be nice and cool then.
Yeah. Only bad thing is winter.
You know, I like winter.
Me too. It's nice. It's like 60 degrees.
Wow. Here,
Perfect weather.
yeah, here it's a little different. 20 below.
Yeah.
But
It's like 60 degrees in the summer there. Yeah.
well, no, we get our bad. Well, you guys wouldn't call it bad time. Up here, we're dying. If it hits 90 here in Maine, you're like, that's like 115 to us.
Yeah, I need to go. I need to go visit Maine. That's like when I was driving truck, I got to see a lot of the states, which was really fun. But I never got a chance to go see Maine, and I always kind of wanted to. I'm kind of a Stephen King fan anyway, so it's like, I gotta see Maine.
A lot of people don't know that the Appalachian Trail ends here. This is the end. A lot of people don't know that. It ends right here in the White Mountains, and there's a lot of folks that don't associate the great. You always hear like Canada and the Great White North and all that stuff. That's also Maine. We have a huge portion of Maine is the Great Northern Woods. You can walk and walk and walk and walk and walk and never get found.
Yeah, that's it's almost the same to me as Alaska is,
Yep.
where it's that same thing. I want to see both. I haven't been to Alaska. I mean,
We're not as big as Alaska, but we're populated like that.
I got a question for you, guys. Do you think this is a weird question? I got asked it, and I don't know how to answer it. Okay, Black Lives Matter, right?
No.
Okay, they've been to the they've been to the White House. They deal with the president all the time. Would he use them or pay them in order to make it where there needed to be martial law to stop the presidency, the voting and stuff in November?
Stop. I mean, what he used? He's going to always have things, and this is my opinion. He's already showed that he'll use whatever he wants to use. I mean, he's got people that are operating the organization in the White House talking with him regularly. He's going to use whatever means he can to cause dissension, to cause a rift and a split. There's a lot of people that believe he wants to take take the presidency again and stop the election. There's a lot of people that believe that. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not privy to having that kind of information. Is it possible with what's happening right now for him to pull something like that out of the hat? Yeah, he could pull that out of his hat. Does he
Especially if
have?
he Trump and he thinks he might win.
Right. I mean, could he, do that at the last minute if it starts to play towards Trump? Well, sure. Because what can happen is, if it starts looking like Trump's got it, all of a sudden there's, terror in the streets, and someone's got to take control of this nation, and yeah, he could do it. I wouldn't spend every minute of my life,
worrying about it, but yeah.
Well, no, I mean, be aware. It's smart to be aware of things and understand how they work, but you can't live every minute,
Yeah, in fear.
Right, because then you've already lost.
Yeah.
If you're afraid every day, then
the lady I was talking to, she was concerned about it, and because she doesn't want, she wants Trump in, and she's a high Trump fan, but the thing is, somebody said that all these cop shootings and then the marches that keep happening and protesters and all that stuff, she was worried that that's what's being led up to.
But it's smart to be worried about things, not over crazy. Don't whack out, because obviously we've seen what happens when people whack out. But be aware, understand processes, understand how things like that can come about. And the biggest thing you can do is like what we're doing right now. Talk about it.
Nope.
Be aware, understand how processes work, and if nothing else, maybe we'll be sitting here talking about it, and somebody will go on to the websites and go, "How does that work?" It might enlighten somebody, make them wise, and make them learn a little bit more. I mean, I think you should definitely know how that process works and that process can happen. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Is there enough crap happening right now? Yes, there is. Are there people being paid to do marches? I've actually seen videos where they're doing marches. Me and Mule were talking about it the other day, and they go around to the car, change shirts, get a different sign, and head off to another thing. And the news crews are actually standing by. I mean, they're literally like, okay, all right, we're going over here now. Okay, all right. Hi, I'm here now with some, and you can see some of the same people in different functions, different.
I was laughing because at the when they were doing that march in St. where they had that cop car there, and they're bouncing on top of it and stuff. The same guy that was doing that was in New York a week later, and he was sitting there doing the same, hate Trump, da 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 da. He's a racist, right in the middle of the thing, standing right there doing the same exact thing he was doing on top of that cop car.
And the thing you got to wonder though is, and why a lot of people ask that question is, why was this individual transported around after committing crimes?
Yeah, exactly.
If you come busting out of your house, Kansas, jump on top of a police car and start jumping up and down on it, I got a funny feeling that you're on your way to the Pokey House there.
I don't think the cop ever last that long.
I have a funny. I think you'd be on your way to jail. I don't think anybody would be handing you a paycheck, putting you on a bus to go to another location.
That's because he's not playing for the right guy. You gotta play for the right guy. Get away with it.
Oh yeah. So those kinds of things are happening, and they're making people more aware, which is good to be aware and go learn how these processes can happen and how they can, manifest, and what does it take to have him declared. Now you're referencing martial law, which would be everything comes to a standstill, and there would be no election.
Yeah. But it is. I got a question about martial law. Do you know much about it?
I know a little bit about it. I'm not an expert on martial law.
The Constitution during martial law, is it null and void at that time?
Pretty much.
Well, there'll be lots of different thoughts on that. But what happens is, to my understanding, everything is suspended. All right, and then the orders come down, from the White House. This is what's going to happen. They'll declare, curfews, certain areas off limits. I don't know exactly what he would do, so I'm just going by what I've seen in other places that have done it. But it basically gives him carte blanche to a degree. I mean, no, if martial law is called, he can't go out and just start assassinating people in the streets. You know what I mean? Not to say that has never happened before, but that's not what the order entails for the most part. He would just lock down the country, suspend everything, and it would become a police-keeping state until such time he or the group or whoever it is, that I don't claim to know who makes the final decisions, until they believe that order has been restored. Now, would he follow those rules? I don't know. Is he attempting to get to that point? It's something to look at. Certainly is something to look at. I mean, there's a lot of warning signs that would lead a person to believe that, that looks like something that could be pulled off pretty easily right now.
Yeah. Well, she was asking me questions. Now I got a few answers for her. Thank you.
It's also good to just go look it up. What is it? What's entailed? What if it's declared, what happens? There's a lot.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
If you think that's when the Constitution is null and void, I have a few news stories that we can talk about that suggest that it's already null and void, bro.
Well, yeah, there's a lot out there that's been done against the Constitution right now.
Yep.
Quite a bit. As a matter of fact, the whole Hillary Clinton and Loretta Lynch thing is against the Constitution.
Sure enough.
And the FBI director knows it.
Yep. I wonder where Mule is.
Well, Mule, I just noticed. I think he just typed in.
Did he?
I just looked over.
Invite.
He might be on a family test or something.
I'll send one more invite. What she can do is kill me later.
Yeah, your friends really love it when you send them multiple invites over and over and over.
It just said send, 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 send.
Send, damn it.
Neil says he's been here for a few. Nope, didn't work, Kansas.
Get it again. Get him again.
Get him again, huh?
Put it in auto send and just hit
That's
go.
okay. I got a window. Oh. Knowing my luck, he'd show up at my doorstep tomorrow night and beat the shit out of me.
Oh, you'd love it. You know you do.
He said, all right, well, pop me in the nose real quick. Come on in. We'll have a beer.
Exactly.
Hey, look, it worked.
It worked. Welcome.
What's up, fellas? Yeah, if I come late, that first link never works. That's why I just typed in and sat there listening to John explain martial law to you. So,
which I probably didn't do the greatest job because I'm not that experienced in it.
Well, no, but like you said, Americans are more experienced in doing that type of thing overseas than they are doing it here. Martial law would look like Baghdad. Martial law would look like the Green Zone in Iraq. That's what martial law would look like. if you want a mental image. Troops on the street. Some cities are practically already martial law. Okay, think of New York City after 9/11. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
but they never called it martial law. You know, but there are places. And then look at what happened in Watertown, Massachusetts after the Boston bombing. That really was fucking martial law, and they never called it martial law. But when you're watching troops in formation in a platoon doing a walkthrough, then yeah, that's martial law.
For all intents and purposes, yes, it would be. Yeah, I just don't. I can't really explain how it goes about the like. I know there'd be curfews. I know there'd be troops on the street. I know we would have.
Not everywhere, John. Not everywhere. Nope, not everywhere. It wouldn't. It can't. This country's too damn big, right? So they would lock down the cities. The rurals would be a recommended thing, right? And commerce would continue because you can't let that freeze at the economy. And all it would really be, for the most part, that people would be able to see would be National Guard, straight up, troops, Marines, Army, complimenting the cops. Basically, that's why I said the best way to look at it was 9/11, right? So New York was on lockdown. There were curfews. They had shut down the city, right? People that didn't have shit to do were at home by 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, we've done it before. I mean, hell, look at New Orleans and Baton Rouge during Katrina.
Yeah.
I mean that's straight up martial law. How they suspend the laws?
Yeah, that's the part that I'm really unclear on, is because I know that power's there. He has that if it's declared. I don't know how they go about it. I don't know if he just stands up one day and goes, fuck it, martial law, or if Congress is.
It used to be Congress was involved. What it is now, who knows?
Right, but now we all know that he does a lot of things without Congress. So I don't know, if he declared martial law. I don't really know the process of what rights. Now, of course, I'm saying the word rights. We all know there's very few of those, and the ones we do have really aren't, really there. But how he would go about, you're allowed to travel here, or is he going to suspend travel? You can't go visit your grandmother in another state. You have to stay in your immediate area. I don't know all those details of how that would go. And from what I understand, that would give him the power to suspend the election.
Now, suspending the election, I could see happening. Stopping the right of free travel in America. Well, you can try. Good luck with that. That's like stopping weed. That's like stopping, people from speeding, going over the posted speed limit. Whatever. You're not going to be able to do it. Like we were talking the other day, John, about why when they talk about the border fight in America and they talk about building a wall, we all know just inherently that they're not talking about Canada, right? They're talking about Mexico, because it's actually impossible to build one closing Canada off from the United States. It's physically impossible. You can't do it. You're not going to put a wall down the center of the Great Lakes and Niagara Falls and the St. Charles, the St. Charles River. It's just not going to happen. And on top of it, all the little places along your border in Maine that
Jesus Christ,
no human's been there. What the fuck are they talking about? It's an arbitrary line on a map. The only way you're going to get there is by flying.
Yeah.
That's
how they log with helicopters.
Yeah.
People don't understand just how difficult that is. I mean, I was up there with my one of my older brothers. Oh, geez, we were 14, I think, 14. We luckily had got the map of the cabins. We got up there and had a blast, and it was a matter of, I don't know, within 4 hours we knew we had a problem. And it was a good thing we had that map. They have these little I don't know, like a little hunter's shack cabin
Mm-hmm.
This was long ago. I don't know if they still do it now or not. But
Well, I know if they're laying lines or if there's loggers up there, yeah, they have that shit still up there.
but they have there was like a lot of people might think it's kind of gross, but whatever. There, if you use it, you have to go back and replenish it. That was one of the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But it had, I don't know, it probably had maybe 20 cans, nothing but beans, 20 cans of beans up there. There was half a room filled with wood. There was a couple of little rough wooden plank-style bunk beds and a blanket on each one of them, no pillow or nothing. But there was a small little potbelly-like stove over in one corner, and what it was designed to do was just to get you through. That way you weren't sitting in the elements.
Mm-hmm.
And we got caught quick. I mean, it was hours and we were in trouble. But, we had to go back and replenish it. And that was a lot of people don't know. That's a hard place up there. When you get up there in the Great Northern Woods, it can be a real tough place.
Well, most people don't realize, okay, so it's different, but take where Stinger lives, right? You head down to the border and you start going in all that desert. You're not fucking making it out of there without some help, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's different because up in north it's all trees and it's bitter ass cold and the weather can lock you in a second, and middle of summer you can get a snowstorm.
Yep.
Right? People don't realize that shit. Right? Something will drop down from fucking the Arctic and just dump 5 foot of snow up in the northern woods on fucking July 16th.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, yeah.
And now these environments may be different, but that just shows how huge and vast this nation really is, right? We have everything here. This is God's perfect spot in the world, right? Everything is here.
Yep.
Absolutely. And we're letting our government fuck it up.
Yeah, it is happening, right?
I love my country. Don't really like my government, but I like the country.
Nope.
Love my country. Hate my government.
So I'm out sweating my balls off earlier, right? Because it's like fucking. They now do a heat index. I look at the thermometer and it says 80, and it's just like 100% humidity, so it's fucking hot, right? But they're telling me they keep drilling into my head with this heat index. It's 104. I'm like, fuck you. It's 90, but it's 100% humidity. Okay, I'm swimming through it. Don't change shit. It is what it is.
I always crack. That stuff always cracks me up. I mean, they up here they have a different one. You look outside and they go, it's 12 degrees below zero, and I say it's 12 degrees below zero and it's fucking windy. They don't say that.
They say wind chill factor.
The wind chill factor is 23 below.
We don't play around with that shit around here, man. It goes like only at 99 degrees today. No, it's a fucking 115. Boom. It's hot.
Oh yeah.
When you can cook a steak on the fucking concrete, it's hot. When your dog can't go out without right now up there, you guys put boots on your dogs to take them out because of the cold, right?
Oh, yeah.
Especially certain kinds of dogs, right? With them down in Arizona, they put boots on the dogs to go out because of the heat, and that's every fucking dog. Not some kinds. There's no husky for fucking, southern Arizona. You know what I mean?
Hairless Chihuahua.
No, not even those poor bastards hide under a rock if they can in that kind of heat, But anyway, so I'm out sweating balls off, and on comes Buffalo Springfield's stop. Hey, what's that sound? And it hit me that it came out 50 years ago around my birthday, right? And this fucking song needs to be listened to every day now more than ever.
Oh yeah, that was a great song.
And
it's so true right now. Right now, I mean, it's so true.
And I had to put out there, right, into these social webs or whatever, so I can get my goddamn voice heard. I had to put it out there, man. Look, we got a choice between an unknown and known government evil, a known government stooge, right? And then we got this unknown, right? Now, he's the fucking Joker. You guys know how I look at him, right? But to me, the lesser of two evils is the unknown, right? I already know the kind of havoc that woman's going to wreak through this fucking country, right? Because look at. I mean, Look, when they don't give a fuck, and the ex-president's, her husband is walking onto this plane, she's not answering to Congress, all the shit that's gone down in the past 6 months during a fucking campaign. You know, if they get in there, it's no holds barred corruption, right? These motherfuckers let people land cocaine in their state when they were running that motherfucker, right? The shit that went on the border and down south during the Clinton administration, people still can't talk about.
I don't know. I always wonder, do they? I mean, now this is going to sound pretty chumpy and dumbassy, but it's just in my brain. They've got to have some serious shit on some people.
Yes, and
I mean, they have to have some of the most unbelievable shit, because the balls to walk on to the fucking Attorney General of the United States plane, have a quick little combo, and then boogie out, give a little wave, and now mama's fine.
Yeah.
And a lot of people go, yeah, well, she offered. Nah, job offers really don't carry as that kind of clout. There had to be more. She had to be, an attorney involved in something where there's a twist and bad things are going to happen on top of the job offer. There had to be a little bit more there.
To me, the job offer is even bullshit. Look, this lady got hurt. The only reason why she became a federal prosecutor was because of Clinton. She was originally on the staff of the law firm that took care of the Whitewater investigation, right? That was fighting against Whitewater. So she's been in the fucking Clinton's pocket forever. Job offer. Please.
Right.
That's nothing. It did not happen. That's bullshit, right? That was their deflection. Right? This woman's too deep in. There was no way in hell she was giving up Hillary. And yeah, he was just making sure she knew how deep she was in.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wonder what the fuck.
It's John Gotti showing up to Giuliani's fucking inaugural. You know what I'm saying? Looking back over there and going, "Hey, I'm the guy." You remember who's the Teflon Don motherfucker, right?
Yeah,
and a lot of other people. I mean, Gotti went after Giuliani when he was prosecutor in New York. Went after a lot of people. Funny, it wasn't Gotti's family though. That didn't happen until after he was out.
Yeah, but I just wonder. I just sit back here and go, there's, oh God, if we ever knew the tale.
Look, I think this is where this whole system's so screwed up and doesn't realize what's going on. Social media, the thing that we've been talking on for years, right? The thing that these people, these millennials, we fuck around with them and we are so exasperated with them by this shit, right? This constant connection. But this constant connection these millennials know that Hillary's corrupt. A lot of these millennials ain't voting for Hillary, right? And even though people want to think they are, and they keep screaming that they are, they keep telling them that they are. The ones I talk to ain't. Right now, they would have voted for Bernie. Yup, but they couldn't even get off the couch to do that, right? Yeah. But the ones who I'm going to force to vote, they're not looking at Hillary.
Yeah, right? I'm thrilled to hear some of the. Finally, last time you and I talked, I told you I wasn't hearing anything but Bernie. But now, at least, I'm thrilled to hear some of them are, nah, forget that shit. I ain't going there. No way. I know better than that. And that's at least good to hear. But
well,
I mean,
I'll tell you, that's the funny thing about these millennials. The shit that we don't notice, they do, right? And they pull it out. You just got to keep putting that information out there, and it'll eventually get to them. And it's surprising, dude, at least from my point of view. But I tend to deal with a lot of millennials right now because, shit, I have 3 of them. Well, I have all 4 of them are probably millennials.
I gotta design a Pokemon for Trump, and I gotta design one for Hillary, and get it into that system, so that way while they're out there playing Pokemon, they can learn a little bit about Hillary and learn a little bit about Trump.
Buddy, both campaigns already have done that.
Oh, you're kidding me! I was kidding.
Absolutely not, dude. Absolutely not. Both campaigns already had their millennials on that shit so quick.
Oh my God!
You know how they come out. You know how once somebody's always coming out with a clone of that thing that's hot as hell, right? So be it Candy Crush or whatever, right? These stupid little phone games. Yeah, somebody already came out with one.
That's unbelievable.
Catch Hillary and put her in jail, I think, is the Trump one, and then the.
Oh wow, that's
you know,
something.
yeah, yeah, dude, shit moves Look, nobody understands this information highway moves so fucking fast. It really is the speed of light.
But that's just funny to me because I was kidding, but to find out that it's already happened makes it even more hilarious.
Yeah, it does, right? You don't even have time to think of something that is funny, right? It was off the cuff. It's funny. You're just not tapped into that, right? So you don't know it already happened. And because it's so ridiculous, you think it's no way. You're thinking it's ridiculous as you're coming up with this vague idea, and it turns out no, somebody already did that and is making money on it. Because life is so goddamn ridiculous at this point. Sorry, it seems like we took over your guys' chat again.
I'm undereducated on all this stuff on purpose.
Yeah, and I understand that, and believe me, there's many a day I wish I was you, man. I wish I could do it. I just can't. For some reason, it's like heroin to me. I can't get away from the fix.
I have days when I just go, you know what? Today's no, not today.
Yeah, I generally call out weekends. I try and do that.
Yeah, I do that a few days a week at least, where I go, nope. I'm not tuning in. I'm going to tune out.
If the wife's off, we tune out. Well, not tune out. I switch modes. I tune out, and she watches. She catches up on her shit, but we don't do politics, right?
No, I think it's good though for the brain to at least take a break once in a while. Never stop the fight. Never stop letting your voice be heard. But I do think for self sanity, you gotta take a chill for a day and take a breath.
I do. I have to. Otherwise, I get headaches, severe headaches.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I had to. It's funny. John may have caught it over on Facebook. I shared this New Yorker cartoon saying exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I did. I saw that over on Liberty. Yeah.
I've been actually, for the last 2 days. I watched nothing but cartoons and Ghostbusters with my wife.
Yeah, and that's healthy, right? Because you can't, if you feed constantly in a trough of shit, your life's going to turn to shit, right? It's just that simple.
Oh yeah.
And
stay aware and stay abreast of the situations and what's happening. But a break is very important for your mental health, because you can't spend every minute of every day going, how the fuck do these people get away with this shit?
No, but it also gives your brain a chance to catch up, and it gives your brain a chance to have bigger thoughts, Look, all this information we have, if you're not able to discern it, to sift through it and get the nuggets of truth, you'll never understand what wisdom really is, And you have to sift through it. And it's funny because, like I said, as I'm out sweating balls doing some physical shit today, that I love doing that, because then my mind can just do its thing, And
audience.
Well, I'll be sitting there and chopping wood, and my brain, I have to focus in on chopping wood, right? I have to focus in on bringing this maul up and slamming it down, up and down, up and down. That's what I got to focus on. And when I do, my brain in the back, the subconscious just starts going away and doing shit. And one of the things it did today was really brought to me the realization that it's how people interpret words. It's not the words that are spoken.
Oh, that is so. That is so true. I mean, in all the circles.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't singling out anybody.
Right. We can be sitting here having a chat and telling our opinion on something, okay, and it'll piss somebody off because you didn't word it the way that they felt you should have worded it. Mm-hmm. All right, it's Mule. You and I've had it before, where people jump in there like, "You guys are nothing but fucking whiny crybaby bitches," and it's like, The fact that I'm not happy,
Argument
with what's happening.
or
Go ahead.
misunderstood.
Go ahead, Kansas. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kansas. I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I was saying that since I've been doing this, I've been doing it a little while. Yeah, it's amazing to me how many times people get pissed off because of a wrong sentence, a misspoke word, or sometimes you're just not thinking and you say something off the wall and it hits them wrong. They just don't understand what you're saying, or their perception of what you said is wrong.
Well, yeah. It's like when I've had Mule do it numerous times. I'll say something, he'll go, no. So I listen to what he's having to say. Other people get ass hurt.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand that, no doesn't necessarily mean he's giving me an order. And they go, oh, you can't fucking tell me how I feel. People can't even have a conversation anymore. The art of the conversation, I think it was Rebel and you and me, Mule, were talking about the art of the conversation. It's gone half the time. You can turn around and go, this is the way I feel, this is the way I believe, and people turn around and go, well, that's because you're a fucking moron. Well, no, it's because that's the way I feel and I believe. Now, if you want to explain to me how you feel and you believe, great, I'm listening. Hell, I might learn a different spin on it and go, you know what, I think you're actually right. But people are just too ass hurt now. They can't even have a discussion.
No, not at all. Now, remember yesterday when we were talking, John, and I told you about how the Clintons plan on bringing Mike Brown's mother up to speak, kind of in response to the Benghazi mom that went up and spoke at the RNC,
Yep.
right? And so I found a meme about it, and I threw it out there, right? Now I'm in this big ass fight with this guy who's going, liar, bullshit, troll. So then I go and find the link proving that the Clintons are doing this, and of course they get all ass hurt and they got nothing to say then.
Yeah.
Right? No, I don't block them. Fuck them.
No. I mean, that's the new thing now. Block. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just, and this guy's going to take that in his brain, right? So now, okay, so me and him got into a little argument, right, over it or whatever, an internet argument, which really means nothing, right? But hopefully that thing's going to worm into this guy, into his brain.
Well, if nothing else, we say this, I don't know how many freaking times we say this shit, Mule, is you don't have to agree with a goddamn thing. Nothing I agree. You can believe, you know what, I don't know why this moron's on there talking. But if anything, if I say something, like when I say, I'm not well versed on martial law, but I believe there's certain things they'll be able to do, like perhaps stop the election. Mm-hmm. You can think I'm a moron, and that's fine. But if it makes you go look, that was what I wanted. You go look and you find the stuff that you can digest, and then that'll let you learn on your own pace, your own way, all that. If that happened, fantastic. Mission accomplished. That you would actually take the time to go and seek out that information on your own and learn it the way that's best for you.
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, fuck yeah, roll on, right? I got something for you, If you don't, look, and that's where it's funny. Me and Sting, we used to have to deal with this a lot, right? To where people want to get ass hurt over things that are said, but not understanding the context they're said in, right? And so we'd have to get down and dirty into fights. And there's one thing people don't realize, at least when they deal with me, is if you're polite, I'm polite. I'm reactionary, right? So I'm going to do, if you treat me in a high regard, I'm going to treat you in a high regard. Even in a disagreement, because we both respect each other and have built a friendship, say, right? Or just a mutual respect society, right?
Well, yeah. But and the phrase, are you fucking crazy, isn't always bad.
Right, and neither is, no, wait a second there, John. That's not me telling you no. That's me breaking in to give you either my opinion or to have you clarify yours.
Right, and people get so, I mean, wow, they just like, what the? And you're like, whoa, just take a fucking chill. Number one, you don't want me to tell you how you feel. You can't tell me how I feel. I'm going to feel the way I feel. And if I say to you, I don't know a lot about this, but here's what I understand, and you're all of a sudden ass hurt because I'm talking about something I don't know a lot about. Well, fuck. When you go to school, the only thing you do when you begin school each year is you start talking about shit you don't know a lot about.
Yeah.
It's called learning.
Look at all these assholes in college right now talking a lot of shit about what they know nothing about.
For real,
People who've never dealt with bias or any kind of struggle are standing up for those. They've never walked into somebody's shoes. That clown that did the strike in Missouri, University of Missouri, right? That dude comes from a black family that's way wealthier than most white. 1% black family. 1% of the population. He's an oil executive. He makes something like $50 million in the bank or some shit that he does. This kid's got like a $10 million trust fund sitting waiting for him, right? And he's out there acting like he grew up in the South Bronx.
Yeah.
And that's
up here in Maine we call that pulling a vanilla ice.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just fun. It's ridiculous on its face, but that's what you're going to get when people are learning their place in the world. So, do I agree with what this cat's doing? The fact that he's been able to find that niche in this hyper media world to be able to get his voice heard. I don't beget him, but I think he's wrong on everything, and I think he needs to be exposed for the bullshit artist he is. Just like that Sean King clown who called himself, I'm half black. No, you ain't. You look just like your white daddy. Sorry about that, pal. You're losing your hair just like your white daddy. You look just like this motherfucker. You ain't got no black in you except what went up your ass. So, but people still believe him, right? Look at that one chick, Rachel, whatever her name is. Totally proven she's 100% a liar, and they were like, oh, but that's okay. She thinks she's black. What are you, fucking people retarded?
The identifying now, that's becoming one of my all-time favorite bullshit things now. I identify as. I mean, good Lord.
I identify as a Viking berserker, so what does that mean for the rest of humanity?
we're becoming one wild and fucking crazy thing. I was telling my wife the other day, I'm waiting for somebody to marry a fucking toaster. We're getting so crazy now.
But we all know what's going to happen, right? Those of us who have gotten enough experience in any part of our lives, we know that whenever a pendulum swings too far one way, what happens?
Oh yeah, she comes back with a violence.
It's going to swing way too far the other way with the same amount of momentum, right? And unless you stop it in the middle, there's some shit going to happen, right?
Oh, absolutely. Equal and honest reaction.
That causes people to do stupid things because they have no faith in anything.
Well, they feel like they have faith in something, but the funny thing is when you, I've asked a few youngsters that have some balls to stand up for themselves. You don't try to corner and intimidate them. You have a genuine question. I noticed that you were over there at the Bernie thing there. So tell me. What? Well, he's not a racist. Oh, okay. All right. Well, who is? Well, Trump is. Can you tell me now? And you look him right in the face. All I want you to do is tell me the racist phrase. One of them said, well, he said, they're bringing murderers and all that. I said, now, was he specific? Was he just being general? He was being general. Okay, so it was kind of an asshole thing? Or was it a racist thing? And they go, well, no, it was a racist thing. And then I told them, well, I heard you talking to your friends and you used the N-word. Yeah, but you don't understand. Oh, no. Let's not do that. If the generalization becomes racist over here, then generalization becomes racist over here. They're like, well, you don't understand it. No, I do understand it. Just because you heard it in a song doesn't mean you run around and do it. So if you're going to disagree with something on Monday, well, you need to disagree with the same thing on Tuesday. You can't pick and choose. Well, this is racist, but if I do it, it's not.
Tell nobody, and the only reason why you saw it is because you wandered in here without knocking. Otherwise, it would get stashed and you never would have seen it.
It was a gift. It was a gift.
You need to get your fucking schedule straight. Not for us, but
We're taking over here on you, Kansas.
5 o'clock.
Oh, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm enjoying it. Go back. You good go. I'm enjoying it.
You're gonna have to change the name of the show to Kansas Listens to His Friends.
It's about Kansas and friends. My friends are talking, so I'm listening today. Believe me, you guys are great friends, so have at it.
Where's Stinger at? He's all quiet.
You're sitting there listening.
I know. You're doing it, grown man.
Go get it.
You're being passive aggressive today.
Let's see who we got out here in the chat room. We have...
That one was
We got High Desert Pioneers out there. Bikes and Bullets is out there. Saints and Sappers is out there. Hello to you all.
Back.
He's back. He's back.
Sometimes you have to deal with the fam, right? It's
Oh,
that
that's-
time of day. Kansas likes talking in the mid-afternoon.
That's the
Funny
way
thing,
it
though,
goes.
I was actually, when I come home after doing my shit and got to digest all that's been going on, you know, I was thinking about doing a chat, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, it's Thursday. Kansas is on. So I was damn glad to see you were on, Kansas.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Sorry, I was gone. I was talking with the wife a little bit about a new device I got, trying to figure out.
Yeah,
New
and
device.
okay. Sting, Heidi's home?
Yeah.
Hi, Heidi, my favorite troll.
You've been trolling on some more, huh?
She loves trolling on me. Sometimes it does aggro me. She can get me. She can catch me under my skin there every once in a while with her little trolling.
Keeps you on your toes.
Well, I mean, she wanted to argue with me about that whole Clint Eastwood post in the Pokemon. And it's like, look, don't get me started on that thing. Now, while I really don't give a fuck, so I don't know shit about Pokemon, other than it was ridiculous when it was a cartoon for my children. Right? Okay? It makes it even more ridiculous now that all they're doing is tripping without acid, you know, or shrooms.
I still can't believe how in the hell that many people are losing their ever-loving minds, grown-ass adults, out in the middle of the night trying to walk around the city.
Chronic crack.
And they're
Okay.
trying. What are you doing? Pokemon. And I saw someone, and I live in Podunk, fucking Maine, and I saw someone out the other freaking day standing there, and as a joke, it was a joke. They were looking at their phone. I said, "Ah, you Pokemon?" And they go, "Yeah, you?" I went, "No."
Man, half my town went crazy the other day. They had some rare Pokemon in the middle of our park, and it's like hundreds of people showed up just to catch a Pokemon.
God, see, I'm the guy. I'm now thinking about getting a phone just to get this fucking Pokemon thing, and I'll even pay hard cash to be able to drop whatever these special things are in the middle of lakes. You know, have a buddy of mine take the phone in. He works in a nuke plant over here. He'll drop it right in the middle of the fucking, right next to the reactor. You know, go out to the cooling lake, drop one there. You know, super, you know, awesome Pokemon bullshit, right? Right on the other side of a cliff. You know, fuck, let's help Darwinism
I heard you
along.
walk off a cliff.
Well, yeah, people have. Just yesterday, some asshole doing it driving ran into a cop. They thought
Oh.
at first the cops thought it was an attack. It turned out no, it was just some idiot playing Pokemon ran into him while doing it driving.
It's great. It's just.
It's
And then
bad.
well, I finally had to tell my own damn kids, look, you can't take vehicles. Okay, you want to go Pokemon, you go Pokemon with shoe leather, right? And okay, that may be dating myself, but whatever. You take your flip-flops out and you walk around town Pokemon and you'll catch them all, right? You don't take the fucking car and waste gas to go catch imaginary shit. No. That ain't happening.
Bikes and Bullets says someone has to put one up on Everest.
I mean, to walk
Yeah.
off to the ledge of a cliff or a bluff, just to
Yeah,
because
well,
of a
because
Pokemon.
a couple
I
of
mean,
them got
how-
trapped in a cave.
I mean, what was the second guy thinking after the first guy fell?
Gotta catch them.
It just
And
blows.
come on.
It
That's
just blows
the
my
only thing I
mind.
remember from the cartoon, right? Because it was not, the kids would sit in front of it when I'd bring them home from daycare after work and shit, and I'd get their dinner ready, and they'd watch that crap, and then I'd get them off the bed, and then I'd go to the second job. I'd head out to the bar, right? When I get them in bed by 9 o'clock, the babysitter'd come over for a couple hours till the old lady got home from work. I'd be already at work, right? So that's the only thing I remember is you got to catch them all. Right, and then there was different. Yeah, that's about all it. I remember that. Oh, and stepping on them damn things.
Does anybody else think it's encouraging like animal fighting, like dog fighting, cock fighting, and all that? To me, that's exactly what it is.
It's fantasy version. It's the You're right. It's the fantasy version of it. I never thought of it like that, Sting. Before you
Yeah,
said
I
it,
never
but
did either.
it clicked right in like it was that puzzle piece made for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because kids will start saying, "Well, my dog's a Pokemon. It's a Bow Wow or some shit like that. Let's fight your dog against my dog," kind of thing.
All right, so I pulled up. Once we started saying that stuff, I had to find out if anything out there's been going on. So it says that some of the strangest, I guess they call it what is it, Pokestop? A Pokestop. Okay, that sounds like something from the 70s when I was young.
Yeah, but usually that was associated with a gay club.
They say there have been Pokestops in graveyards. There was a couple in a hospital delivery room. There have been some at the Holocaust memorials.
What's hilarious is you get the ghost type Pokemon in the cemeteries.
But I mean, come on, at a Holocaust museum? That's just fucking ridiculous.
Even in a cemetery, man. I mean, I remember as a kid going into cemeteries, and I have little fleck scars. Well, you can't see them anymore. It was that long ago, but I got shot in the back with fucking rock salt in the back of the ass and lower back, fucking around in a graveyard. And we weren't like knocking over headstones or nothing. We were just, the girls wanted to go. So yeah.
Apparently, they're saying one of Obama's staffers. Now, I'm just reading this from Rolling Stone. One of the Obama staffers, they believe, created a bald eagle Pokemon called America, and it's the Pokestop gym established at the President of the United States home, run by a pigeon. A Pokemon that looks an awful lot like a bald eagle named America. And while people online joked that it was one of his staffers that were the originator of the gym, he might not be too happy about this.
Yeah, imagine you got a Pokestop, and then people start looking at the protesters and go, we're here.
Oh, somebody put him in Arlington.
Oh,
in the cemetery.
That ain't cool.
Yeah.
They're in every single memorial or anything that you would find on a Google map that has a little, hey, this is the memorial of this. Every single one of those is a Pokestop. They have it already in the system from another game.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that's not good, man, because you go wanting to joke and laugh around on
and everything else.
Well, I'm not even, look, you go doing that on the dead, and there's going to be some people that are very pissed, and whether
There's
they're
a
dead
lot of
military.
Oh, and I don't even know what the LGBT. I know it's the gay and lesbian something.
Right.
The world headquarters in Kansas City has been turned into a Pokestop ruled by a Jigglypuff. Whatever that is.
That makes a lot of sense. The only thing I know, I didn't know Jigglypuff was but remember that, I don't know if you watch what goes on, but this guy Milo Yiannopoulos, right? He's a conservative gay guy, and he does these tours at colleges, and the only reason why I know that name is because there's one chick that looked exactly like what they said was a Jigglypuff, because she just jiggles,
Jigglypuff.
screams.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know, that any of this is, necessarily all that true, but I'm just reading it on Rolling Stone. Apparently Scientology, the Church of Scientology's pissed off because they've got some there.
Well, that's why, it was funny because with the post I did, I said, right, because it showed a bunch of those pokey things, and then Clint Eastwood sitting up there from Gran Torino, and he's yelling at him, "Get off my lawn!" And I said, that's step one. You don't want to see step two, right? And
I'm gonna stop at Westboro Baptist Church too.
well, somebody's gonna get fucking really hurt. Besides just not being situationally aware. Right, they're gonna go into the wrong place, and somebody's gonna do that, and they're gonna somebody's gonna get shot. Hell, a couple of kids got shot at, right, for doing it on somebody's lawn in Florida. Now it's Florida, but they could have got shot at for a lot of things. But that's what the news story said, right? Was they got shot at, and their car got shot at because they were Pokemoning on somebody's fucking lawn in the middle of the night.
That's just it's. This thing is just it's getting out of hand.
Well, that's
the movie maker Casey Neistat. He's a YouTube movie maker. He apparently did a live one where they had someone dress up as one of the characters, and he dressed up as, I guess, whatever the thing is that hunts him down.
Right.
I know there's a ball and there's a guy or whatever it is. He dressed up like that. Apparently, they got tickets in New York City for running through the streets of New York, actually, like, trying to catch a real one.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. That's funny.
Yeah,
but, Matt, I'll tell you what.
It's been an hour. I think I'm going to call it for I'm going to turn it off. You guys, we can keep talking.
Well, I got one last thought for the audience then. Okay, think about this. Think about this for 1 minute. What happens when they make it a Grand Theft Auto, right? Not Pokemon, Grand Theft Auto. All right, and there's already talk of that's the next Grand Theft Auto is going to be on the phones like a Poke game, where it's using Google Maps. Yeah, you can go look that up. Believe me, everything we say is actually, you can go find it on this magic box that everybody that you have in your pocket or on your desk or in your bag. You can go find the information out for yourself, right? I'll tell you a snippet of it, you go find out the rest, like John was saying earlier,
Yep. Got to learn on your own terms.
Cool.
Well, thank you much for having us all, Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's no problem. You guys, we can still talk. I'm going to shut it off and stop the feed. Anybody want to say anything to our last people?
Gotta catch them
Have
all.
fun.
No Pokemon and Dry? How about that? That's some common fucking sense and courtesy right there.
There you go.
How about just don't Pokemon?
And if you're hunting Pokemon, watch where you walk.
I mean,
Stay off of private property. If we're turning this into a Pokemon recommendation, stay off of private property. It's going to get you shot.
Yeah, I mean, and just remember, I mean, this shit isn't real, people. It's not real.
Anything fact in the public, it's something to take their minds away from the world that is today.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
but right now that's a dangerous thing to do. I know
Yeah,
it's
it's a
something necessary on at times to be able to give yourself respite and recharge your batteries, but to totally step away into that kind of world, it is a dangerous thing to do because there's so much things going on, not just around you, but in the bigger sphere of things that not paying attention, all that means is you're going to get stepped on, right? This anthill is about to break loose, and you'll get stepped on if you haven't paid attention. You
And
know?
if you really got to have a Pokemon fix, then go rent one of the cartoons or something. But Jesus Christ,
Shit, they're on Netflix, or Hulu. My kids were watching it yesterday. I walked through the living room and I'm like, no, really? And they're like, yeah.
I mean, if you got to do it, then do it that way. Do it that way. But I mean, running around, and spending hours of your life to go chase fictional creatures. I mean, get a game, play it at home. But I mean, come on,
Hey,
people are running around like
one thing Heidi did point out that was true is that at least he's getting the motherfuckers outside during the summer.
Yeah, they're walking.
Getting them doing something. Now, I like I said, I forbid my kids from driving to go walk, but they do go, right? They go, well, we're gonna go Pokemon. I'm like, okay, where's keys? Oh, they're hanging up, Dad. Cool. Have fun.
Okay, guys. I'm going to say good night to the people out there. Come back next week, and same time, same place, same people.
Same
Yeah,
batch.
Friends with me, and thank y'all for coming. And have a good day. See y'all.